Gatekeeping in fighting games. I think we've all experienced it. It is especially bad in Mortal Kombat. Like, Mortal Kombat's probably one of the most gate-kept communities I've ever been a part of. And it's not just with, like, competitive players. Like, there's definitely, like, a lot of gatekeeping when it comes to the competitive side of Mortal Kombat. I think the worst two that I've experienced or seen is probably Tekken and Mortal Kombat. But, like, Mortal Kombat's so much worse. You can't, unless you're, like, competitive, making money, you can't have an opinion on the game, which I agree that you need to at least be competitive to have like an opinion on balance. In my opinion, you can have an opinion, but like for your opinion to be like taken seriously at all, in my opinion, like you need to understand fundamentally not just like Mortal Kombat, but like fighting games and how they work and how they're developed and how they're balanced. You know, you can't just be playing Invasions 24/7 and because the AI is whooping your ass with Natara, or you're doing arcade in Street Fighter 6 and AI Bison's beating your ass. You can't just be like, oh, this character should be nerfed. Like, but I feel like the Mortal Kombat community, from what I've experienced, is like if you're not making money or making top 8s in tournaments, then you don't deserve to have an opinion. And that's been wild to me. But the competitive side of the community isn't even really what I want to talk about. It's the casual content creator side, dude. Like, no shit, some of these dudes who are like 40 to 50 years old, who have been around since the Stone Age, gatekeep the fuck out of this community. It's not just them, it's the even like younger people, right, who have went back and played Deception and Armageddon and MK12, UMK3, base MK3. You know, they played the fuck out of it, whatever. And they're like, it's crazy. They're like, if you like the NRS era, your opinion is wrong. You can't have an opinion. It blows my mind. One of the main arguments you'll hear, and it's one of the arguments that I've had to deal with recently, you know, to be specific, like Total MK. You know, there's been a bit of controversy between us and me defending Riding Max or whatever. He's used the argument, his community has also been in my comment section using the argument that you weren't there, you weren't old enough, you weren't at the arcade, you know, you were a kid when this shit happened or whatever. And it's like, that is the dumbest fucking argument possible. You're not allowed to have an opinion on Mortal Kombat. You're not allowed to think one design is better than the other because you didn't experience it back in the arcade days. You didn't play MK1 through 3 and MK Gold at the arcade, so you shouldn't have an opinion on how like future games are designed. Like, I know better than you. I'm older. I've been here longer. I know better. It's the dumbest fucking shit, dude. It's the dumbest shit. It's like recently I heard an argument like saying MKX isn't a good game. It's a bad game. And you know what my backing of that is? I played the games at the arcade. Like, shut the fuck up. That is the lowest of the low argument you could possibly have. And surprisingly enough, it is a major argument that's used in the Mortal Kombat community. It is a major argument used. It's the argument of you weren't there, you didn't experience it, you were a kid, you know, you shouldn't have an opinion on this. You can't say that MKX is one of the best fighting games ever made or the best Mortal Kombat because you didn't play the games at the arcade. It's such a gate-kept community. Like, you're not allowed to have an opinion. Your opinion has to line up with these other dudes and how they feel, or it's invalid. It's crazy. Like, even in the Total MK video, right? The Max video that we reacted to, it's like he was talking about Mike Hollow and he's like, what ties do you have to the community? Oh, you go to tournaments and shit. It's like, bro, what? Like, what kind of opinion is that? And it's shared, dude. It's crazy. It's an opinion that is shared throughout this community. Now, definitely, like, on a smaller scale, like some of the, like, bigger content creators, like Max when he makes a video, Waz before he quit. You know, some of the bigger dudes aren't like that, but like the vocal minority makes it seem like it's the majority. It's honestly baffling to me, and I just think it's ridiculous. Like, we're all here to play fighting games, man. I definitely feel like one of the more major problems with the community, especially the older community, is the fact that they all identify with Mortal Kombat. Like, Mortal Kombat is them and they are Mortal Kombat. So any insults on what they like or what they grew up with or whatever is taken personally, and it's wild to me. But dude, we're all here to play fighting games. We enjoy Mortal Kombat. I mean, you can call me a fighting game tourist, I think. I mean, you can call me that, dude, because I play everything from old Marvel 2 to Ultimate Marvel 3, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Guilty Gear Strive, fucking Mortal Kombat, SF6, Tekken 8, Tekken 7, SF5, SF4, Third Strike, dude. I'm playing Fatal Fury when it comes out, so I mean, you can call me a tourist, but if anything, to get a little bit controversial and like gatekeep myself, I feel like having that experience with all of these different, like, varied fighting games gives you a better understanding of fighting games. I don't know, man. If you were only ever good at Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 in the fucking arcade, like, what business do you have talking about, like, the design and balance of modern day Mortal Kombat, right? If you're not experienced with all of the games, if you didn't take the time to get decent, and that's not even playing online, dude. I've heard a lot of the arguments of like, oh, yeah, I can't do the combos in Mortal Kombat 1, they're too hard. And it's like, dude, they're not. They're not. I was showed a combo that somebody said was a cheater combo, a hacker combo, and I literally did it in like under 2 minutes. It's crazy. I don't know, man. I feel like if you are more varied with how many different fighting games you play and understand on a fundamental level, you're in a better position to be talking about fighting games. I think that's something that everybody takes out of context. They take it in a vastly different way. It's not the fact that they reference the old games. That's fun. UMK3 is a lot of fucking fun. It's the only one that I really have fun with. I don't like 3D fighting games that much. Can't really get into Tekken, right? I don't know why. I wish I could, because there's a lot of fighting game there. It's the fact that they feel like all of your opinions are invalid if you like the new Mortal Kombat. That's my problem. They feel like your opinions are invalid because you weren't around to experience the older Mortal Kombats in the way that they did. And that's fine. That's cool, dude. I think that's awesome. I wish to God I was older than 26, right? I wish to God that I could have experienced fighting games in the arcade, because holy shit, it's a completely different vibe. My problem is when you bring the opinion that your opinion is right because you played the older games. Everyone thinks their opinions aren't valid because they're old. No, dude, that's not really it. That's not the problem, dude. I don't care that they're old. I mean, honestly, and yeah, I'll reference them because they're like the same age, right? Max. Like, Max is still good at fighting games. You know, I don't think their opinions are invalid because they're old. I think their opinions are invalid because they don't fundamentally understand fighting games. Yeah, they know Mortal Kombat lore. They know the old fighting games, the old Mortal Kombats, but they haven't taken the time to learn the new fighting games in the same way that they did those back in the day. And it's cool, dude. You don't have to be really good at fighting games. You don't have to be. But if you're gonna start talking about balance and which one is better designed from a gameplay standpoint, you should know what you're talking about. You shouldn't be calling someone who does a basic bread and butter combo a cheater. That's crazy. That's wild to me, bro. That's my thing. So yeah, I feel like it's a gatekept community, and it's a lot of the older dudes in the community who happen to watch these other dudes who like share the same opinions, and it's like, bro, like, chill. Like, if you don't only play Mortal Kombat, you're called a fighting game tourist. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? I'm sorry, I like the genre of fighting games. And I feel like we need to do better. And like I said, it's not just them. Like, the competitive community for Mortal Kombat, it's gotten better with like really chill dudes like Rewind and Ninja. And even I would go so far as to say Tweety to some aspect. Tweety's kind of a troll, so I don't pay attention to a lot of what he has to say. But he's not really like a gatekeeper. It's gotten a lot more chill. But I do remember that comment from Sonic, and I've had some experiences of like my own when it comes to like gatekeeping in the competitive community. It's like, you're not at the extreme top level, don't talk about balance, and that's not true. All you need is like a fundamental understanding of fighting games. And maybe it's so bad right now because Mortal Kombat 1's kinda dead. There was a lot of positivity that came back with the Floyd Secret fight, but obviously that's like one thing to do, right? That's not a whole bunch. It's one thing to do, it's gonna go away fairly quickly. But like outside of that, Mortal Kombat 1 is kind of dead right now. So there's just a whole lot of negativity. I've made most of my Mortal Kombat 1 videos are negative. Like, there's just like, you can't win. Whether it's the young people who prefer like the 3D era, they're like, your opinion is shit if you like NRS. Even in like the story aspect of Mortal Kombat, you're not allowed to like NRS past MK9. If you like MKX, which I do, MKX, and you get called fucking stupid. Same with like, I really enjoyed Mortal Kombat 1 story. I think Mortal Kombat 1 story is the best one since 9, dog. Not even playing. Hate what they did with Scorpion. We don't have a Sub-Zero right now. Hate the multiverse shit at the end. It didn't ruin the entire story for me, but it was definitely unfortunate that it happened, bringing the whole Marvel multiverse shit in. Outside of that, the mix-ups that they did with all of the different characters and everything, with Mileena being good and Ermac having a reason to exist outside of being like a jobber. Shang Tsung is kind of still the same character, but gave him a really good reason to hate Liu Kang and everybody else. Kenshi had a fantastic story, made me love the character of Kenshi. Johnny Cage is still Johnny Cage. You know, it was fucking great. And you get called dumb for liking it. If your favorite stories are not the fucking biographies from the 3D era or the biographies from the first 3 arcade games, your opinion is invalid. You can partially like MK9, but you also have to hate the fact that it's a timeline reset. You can't win, even in the story aspect of shit. It's such a gatekept community. Like, you're not a more, like, the problem is their statements end with you're not a Mortal Kombat fan. You're a fake MK fan. And it blows my fucking mind, dude. We should strive to do better, because that shit's dumb. That shit's so stupid. Because fighting games are already a niche genre, right? You almost, the way they talk, it's like you get the feeling that they don't want it to be any more popular than it is. And I'd really like to know why. Like, why? Why wouldn't you want the genre to be more popular and get more eyes on it and have more people playing? But that's just kind of the sentiment I get. Not when it comes to the, like, competitive side, but, like, the older people in the community. Like, that's kind of like the sentiment I get. It's like more people that are better than you at the game that you identify with, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's why you don't want more eyes on it. But, like, fighting games getting more people, having more players, that's good for fighting games, dude. Objectively so.